Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bray Golf Range in Suffolk. Ping i59 time. Now, I'm a little bit late to the party, apologise, been busy. But let's have a look at what Ping's latest offering when it comes to replacement iBlade has to offer. So first and foremost, it's small. It's smaller than the iBlade by the looks of things, definitely is. It's got a very attractive look for a Ping. Now, Ping, generally speaking, have been known for, shall we say, the king of cast? Should we call them that? Effectively, really, that they've earned that mantle, should we say. They know how to make a cast golf club, definitely. When it comes to the forged ones, they're not really known for it. So how do they perform? Well, the blueprint, obviously, the tiny offering is gorgeous. It looks lovely. It feels lovely off the face. Everything else is just really small. And people get a little bit, oh, can't play blueprint. And I can understand why, because it just scares, out of people. But i59 proves to be a bit bigger. So what we're going to do, we're going to test this one anyway outside, see how it feels and all that lot. But we're going to do some forgiveness testing. So obviously it is a player's iron. It's a forged iron. Well, say forged, it's got a forged body and then a steel face. Yeah, one way of doing it, laser welding it and all that lot. But we're going to go test. When you don't hit the middle, what happens? How does it perform? So if you guys know, if you've got a slight miss towards the heel, toe, high, low, whatever it would be, we want to go in there and see what happens when you hit load of shots. Good shots, yes, but then when you don't hit the middle, what happens? So we'll go do that. But let's go have a quick look at the tech. We'll go give this one a hit, because down by the golf ball, this thing looks gorgeous. I mean, for a Ping, I've got, oh, by the way, KBS Tour 120 stiff for the people that care. There you go. But yeah, down by the golf ball, this thing looks lovely. I mean, you cannot complain the slightest about how this thing looks. It's got minimal offset, if to no offset whatsoever. It's got the tiniest top lines, quite a chiseled top line, so it's quite sharp, so you don't really see any of it whatsoever. Small, very small blade lengths. Liking it. Anyway, so let's give this a hit and see how it feels, because remember, it's a forged body, steel face. And do you know what? You can feel a certain thing inside it. So I've got GC Quad on the floor, and I've got FS6 mobile capture iron, so you can see what's going on in the air downrange. This has got an IllumiCore. Yep, so there is a thing called a IllumiCore. Ping have made it. So effectively what it is you've got a forged body. So let's take the face out of the equation. It's a forged body. They mill a load out of it. They take a load of chunks, so 30 grams worth of whatever out. They replace it with aluminium, which generally speaking is lighter than the old steely, which means they can distribute the weight in different spots. So they've got a lump in the heel and they've got a lump in the toe. There you go. It's got a little tuning port, which swing weighting, I'm guessing they can do with that, definitely. Ping are pretty good at when it comes to the old custom fitting on that side of things. But with the IllumiCore, it does make it sound not as soft, or what is softness, as dead, should we call it, as the blueprint. Blueprint is the daddy when it comes out, because it's got a forged face. I don't know if you can hear it. There is a little bit of crack. It's not large, but I know it's not loud. It's not G425 loud. It's definitely not G710 loud. It's just louder than I was expecting a player's golf club shape to sound. But it's quite nice. I actually quite like it. It's not offensive to my ears in the slightest. It has got a lot of grooves. It's got millions of them. I mean, I do like the little white line. Ping have always done that quite a lot, and it does look good. It frames the golf club ball scenario really well. It really does. It's just got a lot of grooves. A lot of grooves. Oh, pushed it a bit. That's me, not the golf club. That's me, not the golf club. I mean, it's still good, it's still on target, but yeah. When it comes to the grooves, they're claiming, that when you talk about consistency of spin, consistency of this, and more this, better that, and well, do you know what, if it worked, I'm not saying it doesn't, because they're looking for consistency, and do you know what, I have hit this, obviously it's been out a little while, I have hit this a load of times already, and it is one of the most consistent irons I have ever hit. But if all those grooves made all that difference, surely every golf club would have them. it does make it look distinct. There's a lot going on down there. There's a lot of grooves with the face, but it is a very, very pretty golf club. It feels nice. It's got the slightest ting. Yes, it definitely has. But I tell you what, if you're a decent player and you want to hit the middle and you can hit the middle, this thing is going to be just definitely on that list for you to test. It's just nice. I do like it. I hope the camera's picking up. You can hear that slight clicky, but it's tiny. Really, really is tiny. So, it's got the hydropearl finish, that classic thing that Ping have been doing for the last few years now, trying to obviously, when it comes to wet grass, glide through and all that it does. It's a satin look. I'm not a great fan of satin. If it's a bigger golf club, yeah, don't mind whatsoever. But if it's going to be a golf club this shape, size, it's going to be a plain, didn't get the memo. If it's going to be a I-blade as such, it needs, in my own head, it needs to be shiny. I'm a traditionalist, I like chromey, but do you know what, guys, it doesn't really matter. It just looks, and yeah, it looks lovely. Anyway, so let's go test this a load of times. Not just out the middle, because we know it's going to do really well out the middle. It's a bladey kind of thing, but let's go hit it when you don't hit the middle. Hit it out of the toe, heel, high, low, and all that lot. And let's go see how forgiving this thing is. So guys, now in the custom fitting studio, I've hit a load of shots with i59. So after hitting a load of shots, not just from the middle, and I'll get to the middle in a minute, I have hit a load of shots not exactly middle. Because guys, I know this is going to be a player's iron, but generally speaking, we are not tall players, and even the people that are lower handicaps do miss the middle. And you need to know if an i59 is going to be forgiving when you don't quite catch it correctly. So I'll go by the ball data first and do all the ball data and then the club data and then the misses, because they're the important ones. But just before I do the ball data first, I've done a lot. So the information you see on there is an array of different ones. But at the start, I just tried to hit a load of shots right out the middle, as in I'm trying to hit target, I'm concentrating, I'm trying to do everything right. And I would like to say, in conclusion first, before we get to the ball data, this is possibly one of my favourite Ping irons I have ever hit. It is one of the most consistent irons I have ever hit. It is great. I love it. I mean, all guys know that I like the i210, sorry. The i210 is possibly, up until now, one of the best blend of forgiveness feel that Ping have ever made. Of course, when you go blueprint, like that, yeah, you hit the middle, it feels just lovely. However, it's not exactly what you call forgiving. In comes the i59. Now, is an i59 forgiving like a G425? Not quite, no, but there are limits to things. But considering, it is very good. And I hit those, I must hit 10 shots, and I'm concentrating. I hit the number, bang on, bang on, bang on, bang on, bang on. It's brilliant. So, we'll get to the ball data now. So, on average, this is for all shots, not only including the good ones, this is all the bad ones as well. So, you've got a bit of a net figure. Anyway, on average, 117.1. We've got launching at 20.3, spinning at 6,000, 49.2 degrees descent angle, so nice and steep. 35 yards in the air, which is not bad, it's sort of kind of medium. 1.7 yards offline on average, and 165 yards in total. So again, we're talking about a traditionally lofted 7-iron here. It's not necessarily going to, well, set records when it comes to distance, but it's doing very well. Let's go to the ball data, the club data. 90.2 miles an hour, 4.6 down, 0.7 from the inside, 0.1 closed, very bland delivery. A couple of degrees down the toe, because these, unfortunately, this is the AFS head. It's not the, one's custom fit for me. It's in the KBS Tour stiff 120 shaft, which is a kind of blandy shaft for me. It doesn't make no difference anyway until you get into a Modus 115S, different story. And 5mm toe, 5mm low. So within reason, decent strike. But you can see from a few there that I didn't quite hit the middle, and there's some above as well that, yeah. And we'll go into that, because I did hit some heel ones as well, because it is an interesting thing with this one. But we'll go to the misses, the all-important misses. How does it perform when you don't quite hit the middle? So, first one, 0.5 path across, 0.6 close, so within 0.0 very, very bland. 12 mil low, 0 mil toe. So remember guys, when it comes to the forgiveness testing, my job is to try and deliver as I normally do, but then miss-hit it. So you can see when you deliver your normal amount but you just miss-hit it, how well does it perform. If you don't do, or I don't do my job properly and I deliver something wrong, you can't really count it. So this one you can, 0, 0. Anyway, 12 mil low. It's done decent. Remember you've got a 165 average. This has dropped to 159. Considering not bad whatsoever. And 0.9 yards offline, great. Done well. Next one. 17 mil low, 4 mil toe. We are talking very low on the face now. 0.5 par from the outside and 1.4 open. There's the miss to the right, 7.4 yards. Now we are dropping distance. 152 yards, we are dropping 13 yards off average. But then again, we are hitting it nearly 3/4 of an inch low. No one's got any business hitting anything like this, especially something like that, which isn't the biggest thing in the world. 17 mil low. But considering it's still done decent, considering how badly it was hit. So next one, this is an interesting one. Path 0.0, as you can see, nothing. Face 0.0, perfection when it comes to delivery. However, 5 mil high, 22 mil toe. No one's got any business hitting an iron. Doesn't matter what iron it is from that part of the face. And has it lost distance? Yes, it has lost a lot of distance. I don't care how much tungsten or how much weighting you can put in the heel and toe. When you're hitting something that far off of middle, nothing is going to work. And have we dropped? Yes, we've nearly dropped 20 yards. It's just not a very nice place. 22 mil toe is very toey, but it's high on the face as well, which is bad. No one should be hitting high on the face. That's fat, and I know Ping have moved weight up in the face a little bit to control trajectory. It's not going to help this. But go to the next one, another interesting one. 1.4 par from the inside, 2.1 close. So slightly drawy, but yeah, not too bad. 6 mil low, 19 toe. Now we're talking about underneath that little nice red line. We are not talking fat, we're now talking thin. It performs a bit differently. Now it's only 19, so a few mil away from the last one, but it's carrying up to 157. We're now only 8 yards off of average, and it becomes much more usable. And bear in mind, 6 mil toe, 19 mil low is still a very bad thing to hit. I mean, this golf club is not the biggest in the world. So that's quite, yeah, it's doing well. So, also I wanted to see what it's going to be like off heel shots as well. So I've done a load of heel shots because it was quite an interesting one. So let's go over to the heel misses because they're quite, well, yeah, I'll go ball data first. So 114, so we are dropping now, and I'll see if I can get the comparison of the net figure up the top. So 114.4 is the ball speed, 20 degrees of launch, 5-6 spin, 47.6 degrees of descent angle. We're losing descent angle now because of the strike. 33 yards in the air, again, so losing height because again of the strike, and 163. That's impressive considering we're only losing 2 yards. That is it. Let's go to the all important club data so you can see how interesting it was. I'm not going to go through that, just look at the strikes. 6 mil heel, 8 mil heel, 6 mil heel, 14 heel, 7 heel, 16 heel. Yeah, and then there's a couple high by a millimetre or so, but mainly sort of middle to low strikes. We're just testing how the heel works. Considering how many heels I've hit there on the trot, bang, 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 it's doing its job. As you pop out to the one on 4 down from the top as such of the heels, that has actually missed right. That's missed right by 10 yards nearly, 9.8 yards. Why is it missed by 9.8 yards? Not because of the heel or anything like that. I swung it out that way. 4.7 from the inside, 0.7 closed. I swung it there. So it's gone right because that's where I was swinging the golf club. Well done, Ping. When it comes to the one 3 up from the bottom, 158 yards and 13 yards right. Why has it gone right? Has it gone right because of the fact that I hit it 16 mil, 5 mil low? No, it's gone that way because I swung it that way. 0 mil face, 4.2 from the inside. Nothing to do with the heel. Considering how small this golf club is it a hugely forgiving golf club? No, no. It's not a hugely forgiving golf club. For the size that it is, it does exceptionally well. And if you go over to the ball compare screen, I've added, you can see, obviously, stupid me, I didn't change colour, but you can see there that effectively the heel miss has gone slightly lower, the lower yellow one. And actually the miss, albeit because I didn't hit so many, we are talking the two yellow dots are so close together. This performs exceptionally well, this golf club does. It really, really does. It is my favourite ping iron of all of them. And I love Blueprint, but you do have to be very particular with Blueprint. When it comes to the feel though, Blueprint wins all day long. I wouldn't say this is harsh at all. It doesn't feel like a 425, a G425 iron. It doesn't feel explosive. It doesn't feel loud and cracky. This feels similar to a Blueprint, but not quite. Remember, the construction of the head is completely different in this. Where the Blueprint has got a forged face, steel body, this has got a forged body, steel face, because you've got the IllumiCore and all that lot. So it does affect the feel marginally. But unless you're an absolute soft boy purist, I don't think a small amount of cracky high pitchness is going to upset too many people. And if you look at your consistency, if you're a decent ball striker and you want a golf club that hits the number time in and time out, as long as you do your job correctly, I don't think you're going to go wrong at all with a Ping i59. It is, on balance, my favourite ping iron, and it trumps when it comes to the i210. i210 was my favourite up until now, and this has taken it. Remember, guys, there is a price thing with this. It is 200 and something pounds per iron. Again, guys know me, I've got a big issue when it comes to cost. I'm not exactly sure as to why something needs to be this expensive. I know Ping are the king of cast. They're known as the king of cast. Well, again, they should be, because they effectively are. And forge is not their thing. And it must cost a lot of money to put the processes in place to make forged irons. I get that, while the manufacturers have had forged irons for many years and a solid part of their lineup. I get why this can be potentially quite expensive, but I don't understand why it has to be so expensive. And since Ping have just slightly put their prices up, because obviously of the global situation at the moment, this makes this even more expensive. It's a wonderful iron. It is. It's just very expensive. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, click the old like button below, one of those, yeah. And next to it is a little red button. It's a subscribe button. Subscribe if you can, thank you very much. Next to that is a little bell icon. Click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.